Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Johnsons, and as a board-certified geriatrician with years of experience caring for older adults, I've dedicated my career to helping you navigate the unique joys and challenges of aging. I understand that as we get older, our support systems can evolve, and sometimes the places we expect to find strength might shift. That's why I want to talk about the 6 essential pillars that become even more vital than family as you age, ensuring you feel secure, independent, and ready for whatever comes your way. This isn't about diminishing the importance of family, but rather about empowering you to build a robust foundation for a fulfilling later life. Let's explore these crucial aspects together. Pillar 1. Your financial stability. Now, the most reliable support you'll ever have. It's not a person, it's financial independence. We all know money can't buy happiness, but it absolutely buys security, freedom, and peace of mind, things that become even more precious as we get older. Relying solely on family for financial help as you age, that's more of a gamble than a solid plan. Your children, as much as they love you, have their own lives, their own expenses, and their own families to care for. Even with the best intentions, their ability to help financially might be limited when you need it most. Think about Richard, a 72-year-old who always believed his kids would step in if money got tight. He'd helped them with college, offered loans, and been there whenever they called. But when a sudden medical issue wiped out his savings, he turned to his children for help, only to find they were wrestling with their own mortgages, bills, and financial pressures. It wasn't for lack of love, but simply because life is unpredictable. That's why financial stability is such a powerful pillar of support. It's not about being rich. It's about being prepared. It's about having a safety net for emergencies, a reliable income stream you can count on, and a smart approach to managing your money. This way, you're not dependent on anyone else just to get by. If you're in your 60s or beyond, ask yourself, do I have enough saved for unexpected costs? Is my retirement income truly secure? Have I minimized financial risks that could leave me vulnerable? If the answer to any of these is no, now is the time to act. Learn to budget wisely, steer clear of unnecessary debt, and invest in things that offer long-term stability. Because when all is said and done, your financial security is the one constant that will always be there for you, no matter what life throws your way. Pillar 2. Your physical health. There's one thing in life that love, money, or support from others simply can't replace: your health. After 60, your body becomes either your greatest ally or your biggest challenge. You can have all the financial security in the world, but if your health declines, your freedom shrinks. And while family can care deeply, they can't exercise for you, choose healthy foods for you, or reverse the aging process for you. That's your responsibility, and yours alone. Too many of us put our health on the back burner, assuming someone will step in to care for us when the time comes. But the truth is, even the most loving family members have their own lives. They may not have the time, energy, or even the ability to be your full-time caregiver. Relying on others to manage your well-being can leave you feeling helpless. That's why prioritizing your health now is one of the wisest investments you can make for your future. Consider Carl, a 68-year-old who'd always been active, but let himself go after retiring. He figured he'd have plenty of time to get back in shape later. But before he knew it, his energy plummeted, his mobility decreased, and everyday tasks became a struggle. His kids visited when they could, but they couldn't be there daily to help him. Eventually, Carl realized that if he wanted to stay independent, he had to take charge of his health. Not tomorrow, not next year, but right now. You don't need to train for a marathon, but small, consistent efforts make a huge difference. Move your body every day. Choose foods that nourish you, and take your checkups seriously. If you've been ignoring warning signs, persistent aches, trouble walking, changes in energy, it's time to pay attention. Your future self will thank you for every healthy choice you make today. Because ultimately, your strongest support system isn't your family. It's your own ability to stay strong, active, and capable. The more you prioritize your health now, the less you'll need to depend on anyone else down the road. Pillar 3, your social circle. One of the biggest mistakes we can make as we age is isolating ourselves. It can happen gradually. Friends move away, loved ones pass, and before you realize it, your social circle has shrunk more than you ever imagined. The problem is, without strong friendships, loneliness creeps in. And loneliness, especially after 60, is more than just sadness. It's genuinely dangerous. It impacts your emotions, your mental sharpness, and even your lifespan. You might assume family will always be there for company, but here's the reality. Your children have their own busy lives, careers, families, responsibilities. They love you deeply, but they can't be your only source of companionship. That's why your social network is a vital pillar of support. These are the people who check in on you, make you laugh, and bring positive energy into your life. These relationships aren't a luxury, they're a necessity. Think of Margaret, a 73-year-old who always relied on her family for company. She had 2 sons who adored her. But as years passed, they became consumed with work and raising their own families. They still called, but visits and weekend gatherings became less frequent. Margaret started feeling lonely, waiting for calls that didn't always come. Then, she made a change. She reconnected with old friends, joined a community group, and even took up new hobbies that introduced her to new people. Suddenly, her life was filled with conversations, shared laughter, and a renewed sense of purpose. She didn't have to wait for her family to feel connected. She built that connection herself. Friendships, community groups, even casual acquaintances offer something priceless: a sense of belonging. Whether it's a neighbor you chat with, a book club you attend, or a group at your local gym, having people in your life outside of family creates a foundation of emotional strength. And the more connections you build now, the more support you'll have in the years to come. So ask yourself, who in your life right now brings you joy? If the answer isn't immediately clear, it's time to expand your circle. Because a strong social network isn't just about having company. It's about having people who lift you up, remind you of your worth, and make every stage of life richer. Pillar 4, your sense of purpose. One of the most often overlooked sources of support isn't another person. It's your own sense of purpose. After 60, many people feel a shift. The roles that once defined life, parent, worker, caregiver, start to fade. Retirement arrives, children become independent, and life's pace slows down. Without a clear sense of direction, it's easy to feel invisible, unneeded, or even lost. The truth is, no matter how much your family loves you, they can't give you purpose. That's something you have to build for yourself. Having a reason to wake up each morning, whether it's a passion, a project, or a goal, keeps your mind sharp, your emotions steady, and your life fulfilling. It's what keeps you engaged with the world, not just watching from the sidelines. Consider George, a 70-year-old retired engineer. When he left work, he was thrilled to relax. But after a few months, he felt restless, like something was missing. His days felt empty. His kids visited now and then, but they had their own lives. That's when he decided to act. He started volunteering at a local school, teaching kids how to build things. Before long, he had a new reason to get up every morning, something that made him feel valued, useful, and connected to life again. Purpose doesn't have to come from a job. It can be anything that makes you feel alive. Learning something new, mentoring others, gardening, painting, traveling, or even setting personal goals. It's about doing things that bring you joy and keep you mentally and emotionally active. If you've been feeling like your best days are behind you, it's time to change that mindset. Your purpose doesn't disappear as you age, it evolves. And the more you invest in finding meaning in your daily life, the less you'll need to rely on others for happiness. Because ultimately, the strongest support you can have isn't someone holding your hand. It's the fire inside you that keeps pushing you forward. Pillar 5, your emotional resilience. Life has a way of testing us, no matter our age. After 60, challenges don't stop. They just change. Friendships may fade. Loved ones pass. Health issues can arise. And sometimes, life can feel lonelier. The truth is, no matter how much support you have from others, the most reliable source of strength will always come from within. Your ability to adapt, process emotions, and find peace in difficult moments is what keeps you moving forward, even when things don't go as planned. Too many people lean heavily on family for emotional support, believing their children, siblings, or relatives will always be there to comfort them. But everyone has their own battles. They may not always have the time or energy to be the constant source of emotional stability you need. That's why building emotional resilience is so crucial. It empowers you to find strength within yourself, rather than constantly seeking it from others. Take Helen, a 75-year-old woman who lost her husband after 40 years of marriage. At first, she leaned on her children for emotional support, but over time, she realized that while they cared deeply, they had their own families and responsibilities. She knew she couldn't expect them to fill the void she felt inside. Instead of letting grief overwhelm her, she focused on strengthening herself emotionally. She joined a support group, started journaling, and practiced daily gratitude. Over time, she discovered something powerful. She didn't need someone else to fix her sadness. She had the strength to heal on her own. Emotional resilience isn't about suppressing emotions or pretending to be strong all the time. It's about acknowledging pain, processing it in a healthy way, and developing coping mechanisms that help you navigate life's ups and downs with grace. It's about having outlets, writing, meditation, therapy, or simple self-reflection that help you find peace within yourself instead of depending on others to provide it. No matter what life throws your way, your ability to stand strong on your own will always be one of your greatest sources of support. The more you cultivate emotional resilience, the less dependent you'll feel on others to make you feel whole. Because at the end of the day, the person who will always be with you through every hardship and every triumph is you. Pillar 6, your ability to adapt. If there's one absolute truth about life after 60, it's this: nothing stays the same. People change, circumstances shift, and things you once relied on may no longer be as dependable. The key to thriving in this stage of life isn't clinging to the past. It's your ability to adapt. Those who struggle most with aging are often the ones who resist change, who hold too tightly to what was instead of embracing what is. But those who learn to adjust, stay open-minded, and welcome new possibilities find joy and fulfillment, no matter what life brings. Many people assume that once they reach a certain age, they're set in their ways. But that mindset can be limiting. It can prevent you from discovering new opportunities, meeting new people, and learning things that could enrich your life. Being adaptable isn't just about accepting change. It's about actively seeking ways to grow with it. Consider Frank, a 78-year-old man who had always relied on in-person friendships for connection. When many of his friends moved away or passed on, he initially felt lost. He thought, "I guess this is just how it is when you get older." But instead of resigning himself to loneliness, he decided to adapt. He learned to use video calls to stay in touch with distant family, joined an online discussion group about history, and even made new friends in the process. Instead of letting change defeat him, he allowed himself to grow with it. The people who truly thrive after 60 aren't necessarily the ones with the most resources or the strongest support system. They are the ones who refuse to be stuck in their ways, who remain curious, and who find ways to adjust, no matter what life throws at them. If a door closes, they look for another. If a relationship changes, they find new ways to connect. If something is no longer working, they're willing to try something different. Your ability to adapt is one of the greatest pillars of support you'll ever have. It allows you to navigate life with resilience, optimism, and confidence. And the more you embrace change instead of fearing it, the less you'll feel like you're losing something, and the more you'll realize that every stage of life offers something new to gain. Final thoughts and advice from Dr. Johnson's. Reaching 60 and beyond is a remarkable chapter, filled with the wisdom of experience and the potential for continued growth. While your loved ones will always hold a special place in your heart, remember that the most dependable support you'll ever have is the foundation you build within yourself. Cultivating your financial stability provides a bedrock of security. Prioritizing your physical health ensures your continued independence and vitality. Nurturing your social circle combats loneliness and fosters connection. Discovering and pursuing your sense of purpose brings meaning and direction to your days. Building emotional resilience equips you to navigate life's inevitable challenges with grace. And embracing your ability to adapt allows you to thrive amidst change. I understand that building these pillars can sometimes feel overwhelming, and you might be facing specific challenges right now. Perhaps you're struggling with managing your finances in retirement, finding it hard to stay active due to health issues, or feeling isolated and longing for more connection. Please know that you're not alone. I encourage you to share your thoughts and the specific problems you're facing in the comments below. I read them carefully and will do my best to offer guidance and support in future videos and through our community. Let's learn from each other and build these pillars together. If you found this discussion helpful and insightful, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel for more empowering content designed to help you thrive in your senior years, and share it with your relatives and friends who might also benefit from this information. Click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss our next videos. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content.